I was sitting in an arcade the other day and I realized something. Somewhere along the lines of life and the confusion of it, we learned that these places as kids used to be somewhat magical, right? But as an adult, we almost feel weird for being in them. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Welcome to Thrive and Peak. This is Duke. The game going. And then sometimes you even leave with something like a prize, a memory, or at the very least, stories from the moment that you share with your friends. Me personally, I grew up on Street Fighter. And if you know Street Fighter, you know the rule. You don't drop the six until you lose, right? So you keep that rotation going. And somewhere along the way in life, we stop prioritizing that. We stop allowing ourselves to have fun. Instead, we start focusing on our coins. We're saving them, protecting our coins, worrying about the rest of the day, or worrying about tomorrow. But there's a whole balance with the arcade of life. There's a balance that you have to learn to walk. Because what's the point of making sure you could live until tomorrow if you're not going to have any fun in it? Or the tomorrow after that? Is the whole point of existence? Are we just existing in order to just exist? Or are we saving our quarters to just reserve a seat of boredom? Or are we saving our quarters so we can play the game? So we can lose ourselves in the moment? We can create memories, we can create laughter, maybe rebuild bridges that we burned. Because if you forget that, then what's the point? As adults, we have to remind ourselves that it's okay to play. Sometimes I watch my kids and their friends, and honestly, I think 2026 might be the perfect time to be a kid. Like, I say this all the time, but it's true in my opinion. We're healing. Kids go out to dinner and there's a kids table. They can talk at their own volume, order what they want, and that's beautiful. I actually got to experience that this past weekend. And it made me think, I'm glad kids get that now, but I'm honestly grateful for the journey that I had, because growing up, I didn't even think that those things were possible. The environment that I grew up in a Catholic school, or a private school, Catholic, Christian. The environment I grew up, it was, you're a kid, sit down, be quiet and eat, right? I remember there was a certain, I can't genuinely recall, but vaguely I remember there was a grade that we had to reach. I think it was first or second grade, but I think I started in kindergarten. But kindergartners had to eat in silence. You know how difficult that would be for kindergartners to eat in silence? And I remember being like, hearing other kids, like when it was our time to go to the bathroom and stuff, I would go down to the bathroom. But I could hear the kids having a good time at lunch, and I was like, wow, I can't wait until I'm old enough to go do that. I think psychologically and internally that created an environment for me that I had to always just be aware of the environment that I was in, and being allowed to be myself, right? But again, I say all that to say that I'm glad that I have the journey that I had, because I wouldn't be able to do the things that I am now and be the way that I am now and things like that. But the environment that shaped me. And sometimes it takes a lot of unlearning to even realize it. Because if we're not careful, we're growing up becoming people pleasers, right? People who make everyone else happy except themselves. And that's why I think remembering to play that matters. Because playing is laughter. It's connection. Playing is life. Even the grumpiest person you can imagine, there's somebody's child, there's somebody's friend, they could be somebody's parent. Everyone belongs to someone. I like to say, yeah, like, someone is somebody to someone, if that makes sense, right? So just try to remember to play. It's okay. That's what life is. Life is a game. And I'm really feeling the momentum of Thrive and Peak. I think Thrive and Peak, I think that's my overall message. Well, not my overall message, but just in general. It's just reminding to play. Remember what it's like to be the other guy. Because that's an important life lesson to remember. It's just the grand scheme of things, in my opinion. But I'm grateful for what this platform is becoming. I'm experimenting, I'm trying new things. I even started today's video a little differently. Let me know what you guys think. Because again, I'm just finding my footing. I say it time and time again about how I'm building this with you guys. One step at a time, one day at a time. We're gonna figure this out together. I appreciate you guys for being here with me, learning here with me, and let me know what you guys think. I think it was this is this has a plethora of potential conversation when it comes to topic coverage. Um, but really, like, tell me a time when you think that when you wish you had that connection with your inner child, or when you believe that inner child would be useful. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate your time.